What's up, you guys? Green juice. Just made some green juice. I actually made a video for my channel. Benji Travis is my name. If you guys are interested or love green juice, right now is the time to be leaving comments. Leave your questions and let me know where you guys are watching from. Welcome to my channel. I love talking about food. I have such a huge passion for just general health and wellness. So let me know where you guys are watching from and what you guys want to know about green juice. Today, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of green juice, different types of green juice, different tools for making juice at home, and some of the things that you want to know about green juice when buying it at the store. So Chris, let me know where people are watching from. Chris is going to be reading the comments, so make sure you guys leave them below and give me some thumbs up if you guys like this or want to see more of it. Chris, we got a question.
Yeah, we got people from New York.
Awesome.
We got people from
What's up,
France,
you guys? France, New York, East
Alaska,
Coast, over the Atlantic Ocean. Thank you guys. West
Vegas.
Coast. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're gonna first off start talking about the difference between green juice and green smoothie. So I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, but if you're totally new to green juicing, you're trying to detox, you're trying to lose weight, I just want to explain everything about it. The thing about green juice is where you actually are extracting the liquids from the fruits and vegetables and you're making a green juice. And there's different ways to do that. The difference with a green smoothie is you're leaving all the fibers in there. You're leaving all the different, nitty gritty stuff, and it's going to be thicker. It's going to be like a smoothie, right? And again, those are going to be different tools. Even at the store, I've got a smoothie here and a juice here. I'm going to explain the differences and some of the things to consider. So, the thing about green juice that I love is how healthy it can be. Now, let's just be honest. How many people absolutely love eating salads? Probably most of you guys not really loving salads every day. The great thing about salads is, or just about green juice in general, is getting those nutrients you wouldn't otherwise eat, or think of adding into your diet. You can put them into a cup and drink it. I call it salad in a cup. So that's why I like green juices. And you guys, if you haven't tried it, try it. And if you can make it at home, you can make it delicious and nutritious. Chris, any more comments?
We got some questions.
Yeah, give me a question. Let's go before.
Question from Taylor. We got
Taylor.
How do you make our green juice not taste so green?
Oh, so I'm going to give you a couple key tips for that. But the number one thing that a lot of people forget is you can add some sweetness. Obviously, you're going to add something green, but lemon is like the salt of the juicing world. Not only does it enhance the flavors, but it's going to help cut through the gnarliness of green stuff like kale or spinach or other green vegetables. So lemon is one thing, and then secondly, just add more sweetness. So I love apples, and in fact apples are available probably all year long, so that would be my answer for you to make your juices taste less green. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things about green juice that I love in terms of the health benefits. Obviously, tons of nutrients that you're going to get out of it. You're going to be able to incorporate vegetables you wouldn't otherwise eat. And another thing is it's very portable, right? You can make a little bit at the beginning of the week, put it in the fridge, bring it with you to lunch. I like having it throughout the day. Sometimes when I get really busy at work, I don't want to have a full lunch. I don't want to get a salad. So I just down a green juice, maybe have a little bit of coffee, and maybe like a banana, right? It's a perfect on-the-go meal. And again, green juices, you're getting the nutrients, and there's so much good energy inside of it. So let's talk about the different tools to make green juice and green smoothies. We're first going to start off with the blender. The reason I like blenders is because super affordable. Now, of course, you're not going to get a juice from it. You're going to get a smoothie. So that means all the fibers, everything that goes inside of your blender is going to go inside your green smoothie. Sometimes more affordable blenders is going to be a little bit more gritty. It's going to have like those fibers in it. Good for the body if that's what you want. However, if you want a true juice, you're going to want to go with one of these juicers. But this is the Blendtec Blender. If you put the right ingredients into this, you could actually blend this to where it's almost like a juice. I do have recipes that Austin and I recorded years ago for how to get a juice-like juice from a blender. Like I said, this is the Blendtec Blender. This is a few $100s. You can get blenders for as low as 20 bucks. And in fact, we do have recipes with affordable blenders on my channel as well. let's go to a traditional juicer. This is a Breville juicer. This one I think was a few $100s. You can get them as low as $120, $150. I'll put all the links down below, but just go to Amazon and type in Breville juicer and you'll see your different options. What I love about this is it's gonna give you a typical traditional juice. It's gonna extract the liquids from your fruits and vegetables. Couple downsides. It is gonna take a lot of fruits and vegetables to get yourself a good amount of juice. And not all the liquids are going to be extracted, right? There's a whole bunch of fibrous waste, and that's where the liquids are going to be hiding. Another thing is the cleaning of it. The great thing about a blender, you're talking about 2 pieces. You just rinse it out with a little soapy lemon water, and then you're done. Let it dry. This, you're going to have to take it apart. In fact, I'll show you. There's different pieces involved here. Like I said, there's a blade here, and this is what it does. It actually cuts like with a very fine blade and mesh to like filter out all the liquids, and you have to clean all this up. Now it's not that bad. Once you get going, you get good at it. It's pretty quick, but again, not as convenient as a blender. This is your traditional juicer. This is what I would recommend for the beginner because they do have affordable ones. Lastly is the slow juicer, becoming very popular in the juicing world. What I love about this, it's got an auger inside of here, and I just juiced, by the way, that's why it's kind of dirty, but it's basically crushing all the ingredients, the fruits, the vegetables. This is one's great for leafy greens, right? Like when you put leafy greens in the other blender or inside this juicer, you're not extracting as much liquids. The great thing about this, it's extracting maximum liquids. So I say the highest quality juices come from a slow juicer. Now again, the price is going to be a little more definitely than the blender and even most typical juicers. The one downside, it's a big downside, it takes a long time. In fact, I was just juicing for me, Austin, and Chris, and it took like a good 20-25 minutes, and we drank all the juice up. Sometimes I spend a whole hour just to make 2 or 3 days. Another great thing about slow juicers is the juice that's extracted you can store in the fridge for a little bit longer than these other options. So that's another thing. Chris, do you want to hit me with a question? Go ahead and turn it to Chris and say their name too, Chris.
Alrighty, from Rachel Tam, she says, what is your favorite vegetables to put in a green juice?
All right, so my favorite vegetables are one that's available, right? That's in season. But if I had to pick my top 3, it would definitely be spinach, just because the flavor is kind of subtle, but you still get all the green goodness. Cucumbers, super juicy, super healthy, and super refreshing. And the third is kale. I like those 3 ingredients because they're almost always available. Chris, you can hit me with another question. You guys leave it down below. I'm gonna try to get to them later.
We got from Fun Me. Do you remember your first green juice? If so, was it as terrible as my first one was?
Okay, so I was lucky because I had a friend that taught me about juicing. So before I talk about my first green juice, I'll talk about my first juice. It was using one of these it was called the Juice Man Juicer, and it was apple, carrot, and a little bit of lemon, and it was just it changed my life, because up to that point I was just buying store-bought canisters, the ocean spray or like the orange juice in the refrigerator section. When I had juice, fresh juice, it was so good. And again, I had never made a regular practice to eat carrots at a young age, so to get all that carrot juice and all the nutrients kind of blew my mind. So the first time I made green juice, I was already kind of savvy to what it took, and really I just added a lot of apples. So really important to add that sweetness if you're just starting out, because I'd hate for you guys to try green juice and not like it because you didn't have the right mixer. That's why I do the videos on my channel. Just type in green juice on my channel. There's tons of recipes where I try to teach you guys the right combinations of ingredients to get the best experience. So I think that's pretty good. We're gonna move on to store-bought green juices, you guys. I've got 4 different kinds, I think 3 different brands. First off, even at the store, there's a difference. There's green juices, liquids that are cold pressed. Cold pressed is the most expensive, but also the highest quality, and just regular juicing. Then you've also got, you guys, smoothies. These are different. I don't know if you can see it, Austin, but it's a little thicker, right? Like I said, all the good stuff, all the gnarly stuff is all in there, right? So understand the difference between the two. These ones typically are going to be storing longer because of something that's inside of it. I'm going to explain. But the first thing is this. This is one of my favorite juice companies, Suja. This is not sponsored, but I do like their juice. And they look almost identical, right? I mean, the packaging, the color is very similar, but they're not. Let's go up. And this is the one thing you have to look out for. So the one that I like right here. Can you see it, Austin? This is 6 grams of sugar, okay? So, you know, for juice, that's actually pretty low. And I try to go as low as possible, but then you're not getting as much sweetness. It can have like a gnarly flavor to it. This one, on the other hand, look at this. Can you see that? 19 grams of sugar. Again, they look exactly the same. I'm sure the even the ingredients, there's like similar amounts of ingredients, but a lot more sugar, and you just have to be careful, you know, everything in moderation. Now this is definitely going to be better than any general snack, you know, like some donut or piece of pizza. So it's going to be a great option. Don't worry too much about the sugar, but you should still take notice. This one has apple juice in it, celery juice, cucumber, kale. Here, let's actually show people the things. Look at these. Who eats these things? Cucumber, kale, collard greens, lemon, ginger juice, spinach juice, mint tea leaf, spearmint tea leaf, spirulina, chlorella. I mean, and that's what I'm talking about. Even with the sugars in here, like these are ingredients I would never put in a salad. So that's why I love green juice. Like I said, salad in a cup. Now, the dark secret of green juice, you guys. This is what I want to hear the comments, Chris. You guys, it's gonna blow your mind when you hear how much sugar are in these bottles. I would love for you guys to guess. You heard one of the ones has 6 grams, and this one has 19 grams over here, right? How many grams of sugar do you guys think that these bottles have on them? Are we getting comments with how many people?
People are guessing 25 grams, 10 grams, 60 grams, 50 grams, 30 grams, cool. 83 grams.
All great guesses. Literally, I'm gonna show you guys in this one right here. Look at this one right here. This is the naked juice. You actually find these at a lot of Starbucks, but look at that. 53 grams of sugar, you guys. That is crazy. That's like more than soda. You guys verified that, but like I believe that's more than soda. Now don't get me wrong, there's still some good stuff in this. This has apples, mango, pineapple, banana, kiwi. That's where all the sugar is coming from. So it's still all natural sugar. But then you got the spirulina, alfalfa, broccoli, spinach, barley grass, wheatgrass, garlic, ginger, kale, and parsley. Again, like the stuff that's in this is gnarly. It's a salad in a cup. But again, watch out for those sugars. Now, this is where you gotta watch out for. Let's look at the sugars in this one. You guys, 23 grams. But look a little bit above here. Servings per container, 2. So that's one thing that people forget to do is actually look at how many servings. Again, exact same amounts. This has 15 grams. I believe this has, let's see, let's just, this has 15 ounces. This has 15 ounces, right? One gives you the amount of sugar for one whole bottle. The other gives you for 2 different servings. So you multiply that by 2, that's 52 grams of sugar. So again, those are things you have to look out for with anything that you buy. But still, at the end of the day, it's way better. Would love to hear more comments. I'm gonna look at them myself, you guys. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh wow, let's look at this. All right, you guys, let me actually look at this. How do I do this? I'm like, you guys, I don't know. This is the first time I'm doing. All right, you guys, leave your comments down below. I'm gonna try to read them as they're coming, and give me a thumbs up if you guys like videos like this. I just made some green juice for Judy, and what I love is Judy said when she first met me, one of the things that changed in her life the most was how healthy she felt. She said her fingernails got stronger, her hair got healthier, and it was because I was making green juices for her at the house. So if you guys want to get more healthy and you guys want to try to add more nutrients and vegetables into your health, try green juicing. Let's see, you guys, again, keep leaving the comments, you guys. I don't know. Oh, there you go. That's the comments. Let's see. What's some of the... Okay, hi to May from London, Lucky Sue from New York, and from Sunnyvale, California. You want to hit me up with a question? Chris is helping me out today. How was my green juice, by the way? Tell me.
It was like really good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It was like refreshing. It was like lemonade but green.
Lemonade, but green.
Oh yeah.
So give me a
really
question, Chris.
Questions. All right, let's go for some questions. And alrighty. There's a bunch of places, guys. Everyone's from everywhere. People are saying, some people are saying, Laura is saying that she would not buy green juices from the store. So I'm assuming that prefer to make at home and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing my back feed.
I got a question actually.
For sure.
So, from Bien, she says, do you really need to put sugar in your juices? Now, I definitely don't add any sugar except for the ones that's inside my juices. But I'll tell you, that's one of the reasons there are sugars in this, like fruit sugars. It just makes everything last longer. It's kind of like jam. Like the sugars help preserve it and store better on the shelf. Now, when it comes to drinking your green juice, right? Like I just made some green juice for me and Judy. I would definitely recommend drinking it right away. Now, everybody's busy. You know, you can't be juicing every single day. Like I said, like sometimes I spend 30 to 50 minutes juicing. What I would suggest is batch producing. In the beginning of the week, you produce lots of juice, so you only set up once and you clean up once. Make enough for like 2-3 days, right? And oftentimes what I'll do, I'll go to the store for those days I'm not juicing. I'll just buy one of these. But absolutely the best juice you can have is the one you make at home and drink right away. Even cold pressed juice, they say like lasts a little bit longer. I think like some of them can last up to a week, but personally I prefer to drink everything fresh. It's just like anything in life when it comes to food, the fresher the better. So any other questions you got, Chris?
I think you just kind of put it in your last answer, but people are asking how long can it last for in the fridge and stuff. And then
tee up another question. I want to answer that one. So how long can you actually store it for? So if you're doing like a smoothie, I think you can actually store it for a few days as well. If you're using your average juicer, like this Breville, I'd say like really 1 or 2 days. Now, I have stored it longer and drank it, but I don't feel like the freshness, like the magic of green juice is there. If you use a slow juicer, it's gonna last a lot longer. If you buy one of those cold pressed juices where it's like literally like $5 to like $10 a bottle, yes, there's $10 bottles of green juice that they store in glass bottles. Those ones are definitely gonna last you a little bit longer. But you know what? Like then you have to kind of weigh the cost versus the reality of the convenience of having it at home. Whatever fits for your budget. Chris, hit me with another question.
Alrighty, we have, what do you do with the pulp? I'm pretty sure they meant pulp that gets separated from the liquid that you drink.
So the one thing about the pulp, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look at this. From my slow juicer right now, this is the pulp. As you can see, there was a lot. This video is going to be up a little bit later, but this was a ton of fruit and there was very little pulp. That's why I like slow juicers. What you can do with this is just throw it away, number one. Or two, put it in the compost bin, right? This can go in the green bins, or put it in your garden. Another thing I've heard people doing, actually, my friend Mama Sal, she actually used to make treats for her dog. So you actually like can put these in dog treats. In fact, I know a lot of people that actually still do that to this day. So outside of that, there's not a lot. As you guys can see, it literally pulled out all the juice and it made it into this little chunk right here. This was a whole bunch of spinach, you guys. Like literally, this is a huge bunch of spinach that went to this little amount. So it's extracting maximum amount of liquid. Anyways, got another question, Chris?
It's actually a really good question too.
Really good
If
one.
sugar is a concern, wouldn't you have the same amount of sugar in the juice you make at home?
Absolutely, but the difference is because of the freshness, I feel like there's going to be enzymes. There's going to be things in there that's going to be helping you with those sugars. And of course, like, the one thing at home, and I want to add this little topic about organic, right? You know what ingredients you're putting in. Even though they list the ingredients, you don't know how much of each ingredient they're putting in. I guess sometimes they'll put the measurements, but the point is, if you're gonna drink sugar, even from natural sources like fruit, you want to drink it super fresh. Now let's talk about organic, okay? Because actually this one is organic right here. organic juice. Not all juices are organic, obviously, and if you're gonna buy organic, it's gonna cost more. The thing is, I'd rather drink green juice than not drink green juice, right? So if it's not organic, it's all good, but I typically want organic ingredients just because there's a lot of chemicals, a lot of pesticides, a lot of things in the ingredients that are non-organic that you don't want inside of your body, okay? And unfortunately, you would think that's how it is with all fruits and vegetables, but it is not. So just be careful out there. I would suggest, if you can afford it, organic. I'm looking at these comments here, you guys. Let me know again where you guys are watching from. Let's see here. I'm just gonna randomly. May Pano says, what's the best green juicer to buy? I think it's the one that you can afford and that you enjoy the most. Again, different variables. Number one, cost. Two, like how much work and effort do you want? And three, what type of juice you want. Blender, you're getting a smoothie. This, you're getting a pretty good juice. And then the slow juicer, you're getting the best juice. But again, they all have their positives and negatives. I'd say for the person that doesn't have a lot of money, and can't afford the nicer juicers, go with a $25 blender. I've got a recipe where I teach about this, and you can get away with a great green smoothie. You're just gonna have to be careful about how much you load in there. So make sure you put some liquids in there. And in fact, I would even put like water in there to kind of get it started. I think I'm gonna end this, you guys. If you guys like this, put it down below. I want to do more live broadcasts. I would love to see your guys' questions. Chris, if you have another one, hit me with the last question, and then we're gonna end this, you guys.
I have a question. For kids,
Okay.
how young is too young to drink green juice, or what age would you recommend?
Okay, great question. I wish my kiddos were here. If you guys watch my vlog channel, you guys know I've got some twins that are 3 years old. My oldest, Juliana, she's 4 years old. They've been drinking as soon as Judy, their mother, let them drink green juice. So I started them early. I made it a very fun thing. We actually have videos on this channel. So I would suggest integrating green juice or just regular juice. It doesn't even have to be green into your daily lives as soon as possible, because when they do get older, they're not afraid of that color, green, right? That's half the reason why people don't like green juice, because it's just kind of a weird color for your juice to be when you're growing up with like red Kool-Aid or orange juice or grape juice. So I'd say start as early as you feel comfortable starting. But I'm not a doctor, so you're gonna have to get recommendations by someone you trust that has more experience. Should we take one more question, Chris? Let's look. I'm looking right now. By the way, thank you so much, you guys, for all the questions. And then the last question I'm gonna answer is from Arai. It says, how often do I make green juice? I try to make green juice at least a few times per week. But when I'm traveling, I can't do that. And then when I get back, sometimes I get busy just playing catch up. So I just do it as much as I can. And that's why sometimes I do buy green juice. And that's why it's good to know about the hidden sugars, what's the difference between juice and smoothies, cold press and not cold press, organic, non-organic, because sometimes you just don't have time. But still, I do have time to go to the store and buy one of these rather than eat a salad. So you guys, thank you so much. I would love to hear more from you. I'm gonna try to answer all the comments. So if you're watching this, put your comments and questions down below, and I will talk to you guys later.